For years, people have been talking about it so much. And just one day ago was the first time in forever. Evil Goku confirmed. Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? I'm the Super Spy, and I am back with my Season 4, Episode 5 review. An SOS from the future. A new enemy appears. So the episode starts off with how it left off, with Goku with future Trunks encountering someone. So after he gets away, gets to Bulma's house or whatever that place is. So they find an elixir, and something I noticed back in the second episode of Dragon Ball Super, there was some blue elixir, oh, just whatever it was, and then I realized that was the stuff from this episode, and it was actually time travel fuel. But somehow in only 17 years she wasn't Bulma was only able to get one trip. So then once he's about to head off into the past, a black figure appears and kills Bulma. And I'm like, Bulma was one of the not one of my she wasn't one of my favorites personally, but she was in Dragon Ball from the very beginning, from the first episode of Dragon Ball till right now, and she got killed. And it was kind of surprising because no main character has ever been killed off and never be able to, and we knew that somehow they would be revived. But in this alternate timeline, we don't know how she's gonna be revived. She might not be revived. So anyway, then we go back to the present. And Goku has made a fruit garden, and then him and Piccolo have a race. And Goten wants to do it, and that but Chi says that he's studying. And Gohan is around 8 years old, so he is going. So he doesn't have to go to school. But I didn't even know he was going to school. But anyway, him and Piccolo have a race, and then while it's happening, Krillin told everyone that Vegeta was was training with Whis, and Goku teleports there, and then we go back to the future timeline where Trunks meets up with Mai. And my guess is that Mai and Trunks are probably dating, because they were dating a little bit in the first few episodes of Dragon Ball Super and in Battle of Gods, because then they were kids. Mai, Shu, and Pilaf were kids, so they grow up and they meet. And things are bad when they have to start eating canned food, like food for cats. That's when you know it's really bad, and then we're eating that. And then we go back to the present, and then Goku and Vegeta and Beerus are eating, and Beerus gets some lettuce as a present from Goku. But and then Whis explains Omi King's power. They can destroy a universe whenever he wants to, and they said that there were originally 18 universes, but whatever, Omi King got in a bad mood. In Whis' words, boom. So basically, over all of his years of being king, he destroyed 6 universes. And then we go back to the bad into the evil timeline. And then while they're gonna go back to the future, they encounter the evil figure that killed Bulma. So Trunks comes at him with a sword, but it doesn't do anything. And then he tells Mai to go. I'll hold him off. And Mai says no, she'll be the decoy. So she starts shooting at the thing, at whatever this is, with her shotgun. But it doesn't even work. She gets shot with the blast, and now she's dead. And Trunks was kind of crying. And then he looks up, and then he sees a figure and then he says go, and then he sees Goku. And the thing that I want to touch on is that Goku has an earring on. And if you're like a nitpick Dragon Ball Z fan, you notice that like all Kaioshins and fusions and like all mighty powerful stuff like that have those type of earrings, and so did Demon God Demigra in Dragon Ball Z universe. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I'm just kind of touching on that a little bit. Maybe Goku's looking for someone to fuse with, but the Potara earrings were orange were goldish orange, and that one was green. But anyway, he arrives, and so I can tell from that Goku, that he says, finally we meet Saiyajin. So it kind of tells that it's not Goku, someone's controlling Goku, because Goku is a Saiyan, and he calls Trunks a Saiyan. So here's what I'm thinking. How in Dragon Ball GT, who got controlled by Baby, maybe this could be I don't know, like a filler of how Baby like came to be. Maybe because we know someone's controlling him. And the thing is, I think Trunks has encountered him before, because when he looked at him, how he looked at Cell and Android 6, not 16, but Android 17 and 18. He looked at them like he's seen them before, because he have, and he looked at Black Goku like it was like no surprise. He saw him like straight in his face. Like his face changed because he was angry, but like it didn't look like he was like surprised. So anyway, then the 48 review was Trunks was I'm not gonna spoil it, but the one thing that I'm gonna tell you that Trunks goes back to the timeline and wakes up, and there's one thing that I want to touch about that might be like a bit funny for you guys, and that I bet you the first thing that Trunks is gonna do when he sees Goku, he's probably gonna come at him with his sword and shoot ki black all around him, because he thinks it's probably gonna be Black. Yes, that is his name, Black. Wow. Okay, but anyway, that is my Season 4, Episode 5 review of Dragon Ball Super. Like, subscribe, comment, please make sure they're good. And, ladies and gentlemen, I've got Super Spy, and I am out. Oh, but just one more thing. I'm going, in a few days, which should be no surprise, since I'm a kid, since you guys should all know I'm a kid, and sometime around like 3 days, I will be off from school, thank God. So I might be making more videos because I have more free time on my hands, no tests, no homework, so I might, this isn't a guarantee, but I might be making some more videos because I now have so much free time on my hands. But anyway, that is it for my review and the quick message and all that stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't even guys use and I am out.